Good morning, Charlie Pierce.
Morning, my fully vaxxed vixen.
Look at you, and you're freshly shorn for your love.
I know. I got rid of my
haircut.
pandemic hair. I had to say goodbye to my first ponytail in 40 years.
Did you see John Fugelsang totally looks like Jesus now? Did you see a lot?
He's such a hippie.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think he looks like a guy who, flunked the audition for the Night Ranger tribute band.
He looks like a brunette.
But he does look very apostolic. He does look very apostolic.
He does. He just needs to grow a beard.
My personal comedy Jesus does look like Jesus. All right. So
now he's in some Central American jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Costa Rica.
Oh my God!
He's going to end up like Brando in Apocalypse Now. We're going to take somebody upriver to kill him.
I was going to say romancing the stone. He looks dreamy.
Hey,
anyway,
careful now. My daughter-in-law is from Costa Rica, so.
Oh, wow. Charlie, let's talk. Speaking of men of God, let's talk about our new Handmaid's Tale future. So, you tweeted the Supreme Court won't have to overrule Roe v. Wade or Casey. They can help the states whittle down the guarantees of Roe further until the constitutional right becomes de facto meaningless to millions of American citizens. Ha ha! Isn't this? Wow, just amazing news. I want to thank each and every person that said there's no difference between Hillary and. Okay, go ahead, Charlie. Tell us, because this.
Yeah, I was gonna say this brings up the whole Hillary, there's no difference between Democrats and Republicans thing again. And also, by the way, I'd like to congratulate all the people who said, "Don't worry about it. They'll never overturn Roe."
Yes.
First of all, these guys might. Okay.
Yeah.
But even if they don't, they can whittle it down to meaninglessness. It's essentially, the modern equivalent of nullification. There are 16 states out there with laws already on the books to ban abortion as soon as the Supreme Court moves.
Mm-hmm. Charlie, let's for people who don't know, because obviously you're marinating this stuff. The Supreme Court agreed to consider a major rollback of abortion rights, saying it will decide whether states can ban abortions before a fetus can survive outside the womb. The court's orders sets up a showdown over abortion probably in the fall, with a more conservative court seemingly ready to dramatically alter nearly 50 years of rulings on abortion right. So talk to us about the case in Mississippi. Involves a law that would prohibit abortions after the 15th week of pregnancy. I believe they say viability is at like 24 weeks, right?
24, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, any pre-viability, any ruling against abortion pre-viability ends Roe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because that's all Roe is based on.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the whole, I guess you'd call it a compromise. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know the history of the decision that well, but the basic premise under which Roe granted the right to an abortion under the right to privacy, which, by the way, conservatives don't believe in either, was the pre-viability standard. Once you eliminate that, Roe is meaningless.
Yeah. Well, as far as I know, lower courts have blocked stuff like this over and over again. The state's ban has been blocked by lower courts as inconsistent with Supreme Court precedent that protects a woman's right to choose. Before the fetus can survive outside the womb. So Justice Amy Coney Barrett, of course, is an open opponent of abortion rights. But you were saying, you were talking about even Chief Justice John Roberts. Explain how you called it, this is his favorite parlor trick. What did you mean by that?
Well, basically his favorite parlor trick is to gut precedents he doesn't like without overturning them,
right?
Making them impractical or unworkable in the real world.
Right.
That way he can say he respects precedents, they just don't apply anymore because there's no mechanism in the law to make them work.
Right.
Because that's what he eliminates.
Right. You said if they uphold the Mississippi law, it would could lead to states effectively banning the procedure earlier and earlier, narrowing the time frame in which women could legally get an abortion. And you say, right, this is the conservatives' opening. They don't have to overturn Roe v. Wade because of what you just explained. And you said perhaps it's one of the biggest be careful what you wish for moments Republicans could possibly face. It will detonate in the midterm campaign like a fertilizer bomb. Put that together with the case against New York's concealed carry law the court agreed to hear last month. And if the decisions go the wrong way, the gender gap could be widened to the horizon. I mean, so I read it, most polls say 70% of Americans want Roe v. Wade to stand, right? So, I mean, that's what you're talking about, right?
But the 30% who don't will run over their grandparents to get to the polls.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why they scare the hell out of the Republicans.
Yeah. But people, I mean, speaking of personal comedy, Jesus.
And it doesn't matter anymore with the Republicans in the gerrymandered state legislatures. They don't answer to anybody.
Yeah. Well, I was saying, John Fugelsang always says they don't want to overturn it. They just want to fundraise on it. But you're right. This may be the dog catching the car. Mm-hmm. I mean, sadly for all of us.
Well, they didn't work this hard to get this conservative majority on the Supreme Court to uphold Roe and Casey.
Yeah.
They didn't invest all this money, all this dark money, as Sheldon Whitehouse continues to point out, in rearranging the federal judiciary to take a dive on this issue again. They refused to hear one of these cases 13 times before they accepted this one.
Yeah.
You know, and they accepted the one from that bastion of nuanced political thought, the state of Mississippi.
Yeah. Oh, Charlie. So you also wrote a piece about, it is amazing what, I mean, it's not surprising all the stuff that's coming out about the Trump administration in the waning days, but you said the Trump camp was Machiavelli meets the Three Stooges, which I love. This was a snake pit of buffoon and vipers. Okay. How about just the whole
new story? There's a new story every day.
Right.
About somebody who had to step in to make sure we didn't turn into ancient Rome. Mm-hmm. Right. You know, it's amazing to me.
Right. Well, I mean, yes, you're really, it's a snake pit, you said, that shelters some of the dumbest, clumsiest snakes in all of snakedom, a writhing ball of buffoon vipers, including the sting operation against their own National Security Advisor, H.R. McMaster, and secret surveillance operations against FBI employees aimed at exposing anti-Trump sentiment. And you make the historical precedent, Charlie. You said this is exactly the plan Gordon Liddy presented to John Mitchell about blackmailing delegates to the 72 Democratic National Convention.
They were these guys were using, James O'Keefe, private stupid to the stars, to film people in flagrante for blackmail purposes. Mm-hmm. At least Gordon Liddy was willing to rent yachts.
Right.
I mean, the guy had a little style.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, and the other one, I don't know, do we even get to this? The whole, Trump basically said, we should pull out of everywhere. He tried to order all military out of everywhere, immediately in the last day after he lost the election, correct?
Yeah, in the 5 days between, I guess in the weeks between the election and the certification.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to move all the troops home.
Right.
From everywhere.
From everywhere. Even acting Defense Secretary Chris Miller reportedly said, "What the is this?"
Yeah.
And he felt no broad plan behind Trump's withdrawal.
A question, by the way, not unfamiliar to many of Secretary Miller's fellow American citizens.
But it's exactly what you think it is. He felt no broad plan behind Trump's withdrawal order other than disrupting and derailing the transition to the Biden administration. I mean, it's got to kill him how well Biden is doing and his approval ratings, despite them really blocking every single thing they possibly could, handing it over to Biden, right?
Well, it obviously is bothering him because are you on the list for the Save America PAC which puts up his
I am not
5 times a day screeds about stuff?
No, I am not. Yeah.
Oh, I'm telling you, I get 3 and 4 of these a day.
Yeah.
From the desk of Donald Trump,
from the office
of the President of the United States.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
People are saying they hear that music, Sean, in their head every time they read something that Donald Trump wrote.
Now, is that the old Imperial margarine thing?
Yes.
It does sound like it, yeah.
That's what he deserves, cheap, cheesy butter commercial music.
That's right.
Margarine.
Right, sorry. I can't believe it's not butter. Okay, so...
No, it's not nice to fool Mother Nature.
Speaking of his screeds...
Where's the beef?
We were talking, Charlie, about even Arizona Republicans have had enough, right? This was fairly extraordinary even for these times, fracturing the party outside of Washington. So Trump falsely claimed in a statement, the entire database of Maricopa County in Arizona has been deleted. So the Maricopa County recorder, who is a Republican, said, wow.
And completely fed up with this nonsense.
Yeah, he just tweeted, wow, this is completely unhinged. I'm literally looking at our voter registration database on my other screen right now. We can't indulge these insane lies anymore as a party, as a state, as a country. So the Maricopa County Board of Supervisors, 4 out of 5 of whom are Republicans, they all came out and just said enough.
Mm-hmm.
They said
They had a meeting yesterday.
Yeah.
An emergency session of the Maricopa County Commissioners, just basically to beat the hell out of this audit.
Well, right.
Which, as we know, is on hold now because the arena was needed for high school graduation.
That is absolutely true.
But they said, the chairman said this, they're running a grift disguised as an audit. This board is done explaining anything to these people who are playing investigator with our constituents' ballots and equipment paid for with real people's tax dollars. People ballots and monies are not make-believe. It's time to be done with this craziness. No files from the 2020 election have been deleted. We deleted 0 files. I will not be responding to any more requests from this sham process. Finish what you call an audit and be ready to defend your report in a court of law. We all look forward to it. It gets clearer by the day. The people hired by the senator are in way over their heads. This is not funny. It's dangerous. And finally, one tech expert said, I've never seen anything like it. They don't have auditing experience. They don't have election technology experience. The more the ballots moves in and out, the more likely the chain of custody will be broken, the less likely the data is reliable. Charlie, what happens then when they do God knows what they're doing to the ballots and go, oh, see, we've just proven that this was, because we don't know what they did with the ballots. They altered them, lost a bunch of Biden ones.
I think it's nap time. They all go to their little pallets and fall asleep for a while. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't think this thing would get off the ground.
Yeah. I know. That's why I'm saying, like, pay attention. This is important and it's dangerous. And it's the report yesterday, America's deadly domestic extremism is the worst in 24 years, according to a new FBI report. It's all connected. It's all the right.
Yeah, because this gives like the patina of respectability to the real crazies.
Right.
This is an election audit, demanded by the Arizona State Senate.
Well, all the lawyers for all these Capitol rioters.
It must be a hell of an asylum in and of itself. But.
Yeah. But all these Capitol rioters, lawyers, that's what they're saying. They really believed what they were told. The election was stolen. It was their patriotic duty. Donald Trump told them to go. I mean, we're going to talk.
How about the one guy that was bailed out of jail and kills the mountain lion with a pistol?
Oh, don't even get me started on animal rights. I can't.
I don't know if you guys were following this. The guys who broke in to the FBI satellite headquarters in Media, Pennsylvania, and exposed COINTELPRO, the 4 or 5 activists at the time, they kept that secret for 30 years with 100,000 FBI agents looking for them. And nobody caught them, ever. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These guys can't go 15 minutes without incriminating themselves.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, exactly. Well, justice is coming. We'll talk to Glenn Kirshner about it. Charlie,
is Glenn Kirshner going to be on today?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Oh, I love the hammer of God. I like him.
In about 15 minutes.
Excellent. Excellent.
Because something has happened and something has got to be did. That's all I know.
All right. What it is ain't exactly clear.
Yeah.
There you go.
Something's happening here with you and Jody. Time to say goodbye to your love.
Oh, it's always happening with me and Jody. Are you kidding? Especially now that we're fully vaxxed.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what happens when bodies
no
start
more
flapping?
elbow bumping. No more elbow bumping, my friend.
Oh, boy. Oh, well, it's getting real up in here. Okay. All right. Love you. Bye, Charlie.
It's humid here.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye. If you have not heard of the Sexy Liberal Podcasting Network, your podcasting superstation, you suck. I mean,
yes.
We have the smartest, funniest liberals in the country. Stephanie Miller's Happy Hour. We have John Fugelsang. We have Hal Sparks, Frangela, Final Word, and Idiot of the Week. We have Bob Seska. Oh my God. We have Jody Hamilton from The Bunker. We have Start Me Up with Kimberly Johnson. We have Unprecedented. We have the smartest, funniest podcast, period. Get it now. SexyLiberal.com.